Okay, this is the next video in our continuation of our covering some Amazon AWS certified cloud practitioner exam practice questions. So we are doing all the questions from this website, examtopics.com website. So till now we have covered like 30 questions. So let's try to cover like next 15 questions. So question number one, a company has a single Amazon EC2 instance. The company wants to adopt a highly available architecture. So the instance should be highly available because they want to adopt the highly available architecture. What can the company do to meet the requirement? So scale vertically to a large EC2 instance size. So vertically means like just to increase the CPU. To increase the CPU size doesn't mean that the EC2 instance will always be highly available. Scale horizontally across multiple availability zones. So that is definitely correct. They can scale to the multiple available zones. So right now maybe they are in the one zone, so they can put their EC2 instance some another zone. So if any case one zone will be unavailable, your application is up and running in the second zone. So that is the highly available. It will become highly available, and they also want the highly. So B looks correct. Purchase an EC2 dedicated instance. So no. Change the EC2 instance family to compute optimize. So that is also wrong. This is again they're just increasing some RAM or memory. So that is wrong. So B looks correct to me. Even they said B. So let's look at the discussion community. Most of the people said B. So the answer which they provided, it could be correct, it could be wrong, but always go with the discussion tab to see what the community had suggested. A company on-premise application deployment cycle was 3-4 weeks. So when they deployed something on their own premises, it took 3 to 4 weeks. But after migrating to AWS cloud, the company can deploy within 2 to 3 days. Which benefit has the company experienced by moving to the AWS cloud? So elasticity, flexibility, agility, or resilience. So they are doing the faster deployment. So when they are on the on premises, they took 3 to 4 weeks. That is the weeks. Now just 2 days, 2 to 3 days. So it's become faster. So faster means agility. So it's become the agility. So this is the agility feature. So C looks correct. So question number 33, which one of the following are included in the AWS enterprise support? So we know there are the 4 support plan, like the basic, then the developer, then the business, then the enterprise. So enterprise is the high level. So what covered in that, if we took that support plan, what covered in that support plan? So AWS technical account manager, that is technically correct. So that is like a correct answer because this is the only and only support plan in which you will be allocated a dedicated TAM, that is a technical account manager. So A is correct. AWS partner-led support, so no. Professional services, no. Support of third party, so third party software services integration to AWS. Okay, so this is even done the business as well as the enterprise. So this cover under the enterprise. 5 minute response time. So this looks wrong because the enterprise support like the minimum SLAs for the critical issues 15 minutes, no, not the 5 minute. So E is wrong. So we need to select two. So A looks correct. That is definitely correct. TAM and the third party software. So third party software included in the business as well, along with the enterprise as well. So D looks correct. So A and D looks correct. So people say A and D only, and like some of them they give some like links as well. So you can go to the links, and if there are see they are the developer plan, business plan, enterprise on ramp, and the enterprise. And in the enterprise, you will get some TAM support. So let me search. So see, like in the enterprise, designated technical account manager will be allocated only in the enterprise, but not in the business and not in the developer, along with the third party. So third party software support, so third party software were covered in the business as well under the enterprise. So here they said third party software services will be supported enterprise as well. So A and D looks correct. So always go with the discussion tab. They will definitely go help. This is very helpful section. We go to know the exact correct answer even with the some links as well. So next question. A global media company uses AWS organization. So they are using the AWS organization to manage multiple AWS account. Okay. which AWS service or feature can the company use to limit the access of the AWS service for member of accounts? So within the AWS organization, if we want to limit the services to some accounts or to the member of account, we have the service control policies. That is the SCP. So SCP concept only for the organizations, right? So SCP looks correct to me. So even the most voted answer is SCP, but even though 21% people say like a C, so which doesn't look correct to me. But for as per my knowledge, SCP is correct, service control policy. But let's go to the discussion community. So the people said like B, and the one who said C, they get only one upvote, but who said like SCP, they have three upvotes. So we can like check who get the maximum upvote. So that could be there are high chances that could be the correct answer, because this website has the good amount of question, but the problem with this website is we don't know what is the correct answer. So the only option, only solution is to go with the discussion community. Even if you know, you can also like contribute. You just contribute means you just need to put a comment. Okay, as per my knowledge, so this could be the answer. If you can share some links, like this person has shared these links, you can also post that, so that it will be helpful for the like the one who is preparing next to you. The company wants to limit its employee AWS access to a portfolio of predefined AWS resources. So they want to limit the access. Which AWS solution should the company use to meet the requirement? Okay, so they want to limit the employees access. So how they can do? So AWS config, SDK. So SDK is wrong. So in some of the question, if you don't know, just try to eliminate the options. So AWS config is one of the like service in which we can like check okay whether the resources is like compliance with the configuration or not. It's nothing related with the access. So that is wrong. SDK is like the software development kit. We can use the Boto 3 to like access our like AWS resources using the programming language. AWS Service Catalog and App Sync. AWS. So if we go with the elimination method, Service Catalog is the correct answer. Even as they said Service Catalog, if we go to the discussion community, they said the Service Catalog. So the people give some links as well. So we can like read through that, like what is the Service Catalog. Okay. And the fourth option is the AWS App Sync. So we can check what is AWS App Sync. So App Sync is a fully managed service that can easy to develop GraphQL APIs. So this is for the GraphQL APIs. So we can easily eliminate. This is nothing related to like to limit the resources or anything like that. So this is also eliminated. Only one option is left at the AWS Service Catalog. So that is correct. An online company was running a workload on premises, okay, and was struggling to launch new product and feature. After migrating to the AWS, the company can quickly launch and feature and can scale its infrastructure as required. Which AWS proportion does the scenario describe? Agility, availability, security. So they said earlier they were struggling. Now they can quickly. Quickly means agile. It's very agile. So options A look correct. That's the business agility. Which of the following are the advantage of the AWS cloud? AWS management of user-owned infrastructure. No. So if the infrastructure owned by me, AWS will not going to manage them. Ability to quickly change required capacity. That is definitely correct, because if we deploy the resource in on premises and we need to increase our infrastructure, it will take time. We need to some order the infrastructure. We need to connect within our own premises. But in the cloud, we just need to do the setting and automatically we can increase the RAM. We can add one more CPU. So ability to quickly change required capacity, that is correct. That is the advantage of AWS cloud. High economics of scale. So high economics of scale also one of the advantage. High economics of scale means, so this is the advantage which the AWS took. So basically they took one VM or like one server, and they are like giving that server to a lot of people, and they are earning the money from them. So high economics of scale. Increased deployment time, definitely wrong, because even the AWS cloud, the deployment time decrease. Increased fixed expense is totally wrong. Even the expense get decreases. So B and C looks correct. Even if we go with the elimination method, we need to select two. So B and C looks correct. So if we go with this link, so there are the advantage of the like the cloud computing. So this is the massive economic of scale. So massive economics of scale means because users from hundred of thousands of customers aggregated in the cloud, providers such as AWS can achieve higher economics of scale, which translate into lower as pay you go prices. So many users can like use the like AWS services. So next question. AWS has the ability to achieve lower pay as you go pricing by aggregating usage across hundred of thousands of users. So just now we have covered if they have distributed services using the hundred of thousands of users using the pay as you go model. So what is that? So the meaning is high economics of scale. So the question is also, so what is the advantage, which advantage cover this line? So the high economics of scale is the correct answer. So C is the correct answer. Next question. A company has a database server that is always running. That is always running. So try to find the keywords. A company hosts the server on Amazon EC2 instance. Okay. The instance sizes are suitable for the workload. Okay. So it is suitable. So no need to worry. The workload will run for 1 year. Okay. Which EC2 instance purchasing option we will meet so that it will be most cost effectively. So if we just look at the random options, so that is the spot instances. That is a wrong because spot instances are those instances which can be terminated anytime, right? So, but they want the server is always running. So, spot instances is wrong. On demand instances is correct. We can like take the EC2 instance and we can run even for 1 year. But the on demand like instances, we will not get any discount. So, it is not a most cost effective solution. So now the solution is reserved instances and the reserved instances. So standard reserve or convertible. But the question said the instance size are suitable. So we don't need to convert. So we will go with the standard rather than the convertible. So standard reserve we have because in the reserved instance you will get approximately 7 to 75% of discount. So that's the most cost effective as well. So option A looks correct. A company is developing a mobile app that needs a high performance NoSQL database. So keyword is NoSQL database. Which AWS service, which AWS service could the company use for the database? We need to choose two. RDS is like a this like a SQL. So totally ignore. And if you go with the MongoDB, DocumentDB, this is NoSQL. DynamoDB, this is NoSQL. So D and D looks correct. So D. So they said B and D. B is wrong. Amazon RD. So that's why go with the community. If you go with the community said D and D. They have 15 upwards. So D and D looks correct. Which tasks are the responsibility of AWS in the AWS shared responsibility model? So what is AWS responsibility? What is our responsibility? Patch the Amazon EC2 guest operating system. So this is not the AWS responsibility. They will patch their own operating system, not our operating system. Upgrade the firmware of the network infrastructure is definitely correct because the network infrastructure is managed by the AWS. So they will upgrade like their firmware. Firmware means like I think the version. So B is their responsibility. Apply password rotation. No, it is our responsibility. Maintain the physical security. Physical security is their responsibility. So B and D looks correct. So B and D looks correct. Which of the following are the feature of the network ACL as they use in the AWS cloud? So there are two things. One is the security group. One is the network ACL. So both are treated as a firewall. But security group we attach with the EC2. So security group on the instance level, but network ACL is on the subnet level. So whatever thing we want to come into our EC2, that the security group will decide. But who can come inside our subnet, that the network ACL will decide. So we need to select two, whether these are stateless, whether they are stateful, they evaluate the rules. So if we know what is network ACL and how to define network ACL, so in the network ACL, what we generally do is like there is allow or deny both feature, and we give some orders. Okay, network rule number 1, network rule number 2. So they process rules in the order. Okay, this is the first rule, this is the second rule. So starting from the lower rule number and deciding whether to allow the traffic. So D looks correct. Along with that, they operate at the instance level. This is wrong because the network ACL don't operate at the instance level. They operate at the subnet level. Security group operate at the instance level. So this is wrong. They evaluate the rules before allowing traffic. So no. So stateless or stateful. So if we know the definition of the stateless and stateful, then we can answer. The answer is stateless. So stateless, but in the security group. So security group means like if we are like sending some traffic, outbound traffic or some traffic to the outside, we will definitely get the response from them. So we don't need to explicitly mention like in our security group, no, we want the response from them. It will automatically, the return traffic is automatic. But in the like network ACL, return traffic is not automatic. That why it is called a less feature. You by just a keyword just to remember. So these are the stateless. So A is correct and the D is correct. So A and D is correct. So network ACL stateless, which means the response to allowed inbound traffic are subject to the rules to the outbound traffic. But security groups are stateful, because once you define, if you are sending the traffic, we don't need to define, okay, the explicitly rule for the outbound or inbound. If we are sending, we will definitely get the response from them. A company had designed its AWS cloud infrastructure to run its workload effectively. The company also has the protocol to place to continuously improve supporting process. Which of the AWS architects? So there are like 6 pillars of the like architect framework: security, cost optimization, performance, operation excellence. So these lines come under the which pillar? So they said the uh, infrastructure to run its workload effectively. The company has a protocol in place to continuously improve supporting processes. So it's come under the operational excellence. So D is the correct answer. Even like they give some links. If you go with these links now. So and see, operational excellence and to continuously improve supporting processes and to produce delivery business. So and the question also said the same, to continuously improve supporting processes. So that is the operational excellence. So these links are very useful. Which AWS service or feature can be used to create a private connection between on-premise and the AWS? So Route 53 wrong, Mackie wrong. Mackie is the like machine learning service, that is wrong. So AWS direct connect. Direct connect is the private connection between the on-premises and the workload. So C is correct answer. So most of the people like said C. Uh, Company needs to graphically visualize AWS billing and usage over time. The company also needs information about AWS monthly cost, which AWS billing and cost management tool provides the data in graphical format. So if we want to see our billing or like which service use how much amount of data or what is the cost in a graphical way, so we have the cost explorer. Budget is for the alert. This just they will generate some reports, not a graphical. So cost explorer is one of the service which will show in terms of a graphs as well. So B is the correct answer. So B is the correct answer. So that's the end of the video. We have covered the 15th question. Maybe in the next video, we will cover the next 15th question. So yeah, thank you.